Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, AD!
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
11.
Check, 45 to Mike. Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB.
21. Here we go.
Rush in. Rush.
13.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Left. Watch left. I got a left.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
I got you, boy.
65.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
White.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hey, gun. 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, exit.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. All day.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Check.
Now Ryan on first down. Jones has it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 12,
The
12.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Caught by Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Don't be scared of it.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 3, check 3. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
And to give this time to the tailback. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
21. Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
13.
Check.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A gain of
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football.
Here we go.
He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Here we go.
That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
In your face.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
21. Bravo.
Switch gears.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And now Garoppolo lost the football. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. On first down, Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on second down, Ryan, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again, Ryan. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ready, white 25.
Mike 54. Come off the ball,
White 25.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This one caught by Ridley. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, it's Freeman, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Here's Ryan, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Here we go. Like 80.
So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
White.
Watch twist.
11. Hey, wahoo!
Check 45 to Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
11.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Here we go.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
21.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
45 to Mike. 45 to
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Ryan to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd and short. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
54. You're not ready.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection and unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need?
Hey, defense, let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Check. 21. Here we go.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
I got this.
Motion.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And an alley to run. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Gold with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D.
Back to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
First and 10.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One last shot for Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close